Hey everybody, welcome to Cougar Talk with Brigham and Jax. I am Brigham and this is Jax. How you doing, Jax? You good today? So BYU did not play a game this past weekend, so Jax and I had to get creative here and think of something else that we could talk about. So we decided that we're going to talk about just the season overall, kind of do a review of their schedule, what it was before, what it is now, how they've been doing with that new schedule and whatnot. So yeah, we'll just dive right into that then. So BYU is an independent, which means that they do not belong to a conference with other schools in it. And that's just for football. All of their other sports have a conference. A conference is made up of X amount of teams, and they all play each other throughout the year. And then they all share money that they make from all their different sports. Anyways, in a nutshell, BYU is not tied to anyone. So for football, they get to choose who they play every year. They don't have like a set amount of games that they have to play, people they have to play. So each year BYU gets to choose their opponents. And at the beginning of the year, before COVID hit, BYU had a really good schedule put together. It was arguably one of the best schedules in the country and probably one of, if not their best schedule in school history. So it was a really big deal. All of these games are in order, so I'm just going to go through them. But the games with the star next to them mean that they are a Power 5 team, which means that they belong to a conference that is better and bigger than the other conferences. So their first game of the season was their annual game against Utah, who is always a really good team. And you hear Jack's kind of whining right now. We don't like Utah, so for all the people that watch this that like Utah, I still love you. And then they were going to play Michigan State, and then Arizona State, then Minnesota. So 4 of those big Power 5 teams in a row. That would have been a tough stretch. Then they would have played Utah State, and then Missouri, Houston, Northern Illinois, Boise State, San Diego State, North Alabama, and finished with Stanford. So that's a big schedule. That's a tough schedule. Knowing what we do now, I think BYU would have done pretty good with this schedule. But I think the results, like being 8-0 right now, they probably wouldn't be 8-0 with this schedule, maybe. But this was obviously a lot tougher schedule. Now the problem, like I said, it's good and bad. But BYU is an independent, right? So they don't belong to a conference, which means that when COVID hit, all of these teams who belong to a conference decided, well, most of them decided that they were only going to play the teams in their conference for safety reasons. So BYU, all of a sudden, kind of got hosed. Can you hand me that marker? So I'm going to have Brooke hand me this marker, if you will. Thank you. So all of a sudden COVID hits. Utah gone. Michigan State gone. Arizona State gone. Minnesota gone. Utah State gone. Missouri gone. Houston stays. Northern Illinois gone. Boise State gone. San Diego State gone. And Stanford gone. So all of a sudden, BYU has 2 games left on their schedule because of COVID. So we're all sitting here thinking, man, we wish we were in a conference. But BYU was able to, after everything kind of calmed down and people figured things out a little bit more, they were able to come up with a schedule. And it was not as good of a schedule. If you look at the schedule, there's no stars. So they aren't playing any of the big Power 5 teams, right? So we were able to schedule Navy and Army, but then Army was canceled because BYU had some positive COVID tests. But we play Navy, and it was on Labor Day weekend, so it was a really big game, and it was on national television, and BYU comes out, and they clobber Navy 55-3. So they do really good there. Hey, I know, you always want them to score more points. He's a little greedy. But they clobber Navy, then Army gets canceled. Then they play Troy, they kill Troy. Then they play Louisiana Tech, or La Tech, they kill them. Then they play UTSA, or University of Texas San Antonio. They squeak by them, but we still won nonetheless. Then we play Houston, beat them. Play Texas State, kill them. Play Western Kentucky, kill them. Play Boise State, kill them. And this coming weekend we play Northern Illinois. And Northern Illinois, there's two divisions in college football. There is the FBS, which is like BYU and all the big boys, and the FCS, which is a little bit smaller. That includes like North Alabama. I said Northern Illinois, excuse me. Which includes like North Alabama, Weber State, those teams. You want to see? So that'll be a game that BYU will probably win, and then they play San Diego State, which I would assume that they'll win it as well with the way they're playing right now. They have 2 weeks in between North Alabama and San Diego State. So that's kind of bad because for the rankings with other teams playing, BYU could be bumped back. But there's a big announcement today that came out saying that the Pac-12, which is the conference that Utah belongs to, that they will now be allowing their teams to play non-conference games if they have games get canceled due to COVID. Here you go. So if they have any games canceled, which a lot of teams have had their games canceled, the potential is there that one of them could schedule BYU in those 2 weeks. So hopefully BYU will fill those dates with a game, maybe just one, maybe two. They can play up to a max of 12, and so far they have 10. So it would be really awesome if they could fill two. But I wanted to just go through both of these to show you how their schedule has been affected due to COVID, but also how they've really taken advantage of the opportunity that they've been given to play. A lot of teams haven't been able to play. Utah has had 2 games scheduled so far, and both of them have been canceled due to COVID, so that's been a real bummer. So BYU has definitely had a cool opportunity to play, and right now they're ranked 8th in the country, and they've got a good thing going. So we'll see if they can continue to do that, and we'll see if they can continue to take advantage of the schedule and if they can, add a couple more games. But this weekend, like I said, we play North Alabama, and that should be a good win for BYU. So we'll see what happens. I hope we can take advantage of it. But like I say every week, it's a good time to be a BYU football fan, and it's a fun time. So thanks for joining us today. This has been Cougar Talk with Brigham and Jax. I'm Brigham, and this is Jax. Subscribe if you like it, and we appreciate it. See you next week.